Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to the complete recovery of Masha Bas Batsheva. Last night we had our YJP social, our radio social. Thank you to everyone who came out last night. It was amazing, and God willing, it's going to be an awesome year together. One of the things that tells us about our rights that, enshrined in the Declaration of Independence is the pursuit of happiness. And you might ask, why the pursuit of happiness? Why didn't Thomas Jefferson write, actually being happy? That's the right. So if you actually look it up, you'll realize that the pursuit of happiness, back then, the pursuit actually meant to obtain. It doesn't mean like it does now, to chase after. But that leads to the question of that's very hard to do. What does that mean to be happy? We now live in a time where, thank God, to live and be free, that is a default for the average person, thank God. But to be happy is still very hard. Can you just flick a switch? It's a feeling. What are we supposed to do about it? This week's Torah portion, Parashat Tavo, there's a very difficult part in this week's Torah portion to read. It's so hard to hear that the custom is that the person reading the Torah reads it very quickly and in an undertone. It's the tochacha, it's the curses. And one of the things it says there is that why all this negativity, where does it come from? And it says, because you did not serve God with joy when you had everything. Because you didn't serve God with joy? I mean, if you're a righteous person, you always serve God with joy, okay, is one thing. But the average person, it's a feeling. Joy, happiness is a feeling. I'm not feeling it today. I'm still serving God, but now with joy, you're telling me that it carries all this weight? What am I supposed to do about it? I don't have this feeling right now. So what? In Kabbalah, it says that we can always be happy. How? It's not always easy, but it's always doable. When you have a visceral connection to something, when you're really connected to it, it's a lot easier to be happy about it. For example, if you really like baseball, then it's a lot easier to enjoy watching it, talking about it. And if you don't like baseball, then you're not going to enjoy watching the game probably, and you're not going to know what's going on, and you're not going to enjoy it. But when you're connected to something, it's easier to enjoy it and like it. The Kabbalah says we have a piece of our soul that's literally a piece of God. And this piece of God loves God and wants to be connected to God at all times. And obviously wants to serve God with joy. So the more in tune and conscious we are of this aspect of our soul, the easier it would be. And then it's possible to serve God with joy. The problem is that it's very hard to be in tune with it. I know for me, to just be in tune with this part of our soul, the average person, that's a very big ask. So what are you supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Will it. The Kabbalah says, will it into being. If you're not feeling it, human beings have a power to choose how we react. We don't have the power. Many times we're not in control over what's happening around us and the situation we find ourselves in. But we are in control of how we react to that situation. And it's the amazing power of a human being. Therefore, we can choose to be happy. That means it's a really powerful idea, but our brains are so powerful that we can choose to be happy even in a situation where you might say, I have nothing to be happy about. I'm having a rough day, I'm down in the dumps, I'm not feeling it today. And if you were to tell somebody why you're not feeling it today, they would say, oh, you're absolutely correct. You should not be happy right now. But as a human being, we can choose to be happy. How we react to a situation is up to us, no matter what that situation is. Is it easy? No. But we still have that choice. And therefore, if you're having a rough time, you can go off to the side to find a peaceful, relaxing spot and decide in your mind, I'm choosing right now to be happy. Not because the situation calls for it, but because I'm choosing to. And in this way, it says, when you choose that, it will soon start becoming more natural to us. It's not always easy, but it is always doable. Shabbat Shalom.